Hello viewers, yes, this is Ranjana ma'am and you are watching, yes, it's yours as well as my channel, and the thumbnail says it all. You've already been made aware that this one is for my ISC students. Yeah, I should not be partial only for ICSE, yes, ISC students also. So this is what else but Macbeth Act 1 Scene 5. This is quite important. Why? Because it is here that Lady Macbeth starts planning the murder of Duncan when she gets the letter from Macbeth, and the happy days in their lives are over. Up till now they were a happy couple, but the moment they become too ambitious, they plant the seeds of their own downfall. They don't know it, but it is going to happen. So what are we waiting for? Now let's start. But before that, yes, if you have not subscribed to my channel up till now, please do, and don't forget to press the like button. There are very few likes, there are views, many more views. Views are in comparison much more than the likes. Do you feel it's not really worth giving a like? Then it's your choice, but I think it is worthy. It is worth getting a like. Anyway, we cannot be the judge as well as the performer, right? So let's start. Lady Macbeth, she gets a letter from her husband. Macbeth has written a letter to her, and in that he has informed her of all that he had witnessed, all that he has been prophesied or promised by the witches. So everything is in this letter. So where is this where does this scene take place? It is in a room in Macbeth's castle in Inverness. Inverness is the place where Macbeth's castle is. Inverness, a room in Macbeth's castle. Enter Lady Macbeth reading a letter. So this letter is from Macbeth to his wife. They met me in the day of success. They here refer to the witches, the three witches. And I have learned by the perfectest report, they have more in them than mortal knowledge. So on the day when Macbeth, or rather the Scottish army, met with a victory, Macbeth while returning had met the witches, and Macbeth feels that they know much more than ordinary human beings. Through his intelligence, or through the best intelligence, he has come to know that these witches possess more knowledge than we human beings do. Yeah, they prophesied, you will be the Thane of Cawdor, and immediately within seconds the news comes that he has been made the Thane of Cawdor. So when I burnt in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. So he says when he wanted to ask them more on this, then what happened? They just disappeared. They melted as if into the thin air. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before the weird sisters saluted me and referred me to the coming on of time with "Hail, King that shalt be." So he says that they disappeared from sight, and as he was thinking, he was wrapped in his thoughts, thinking about the prophecies or the predictions made by the witches. What happened? The king's messengers came, and they hailed or greeted him with the title the Thane of Cawdor. This is the very title which one of the witches had greeted him with. One of them, the second witch, had said. First one had greeted Macbeth the Thane of Glamis. The second witch had hailed him as the Thane of Cawdor, and the third had hailed him as the future king. So yes, one of the weird sisters had greeted him with this title, and another had predicted that he would be the king in future. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou might not lose the dues. So he feels that he should inform or tell her all about what he has heard. Why? Because he considers her his partner in greatness at this moment. But a time will come when Macbeth will not confide anything to her. He will not confide anything. She will be wrapped in her feelings of guilt, and he will be planning one murder after another. So we can say that this line is ironical, because they don't remain partners. They remain as husband and wife, of course, but they don't remain the partner of greatness. They live as if two separate islands. You'll come to know about it later. But at this moment, he feels that he should inform her about what had happened, so that she does not miss the joy which is due to her. Dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Yeah, so if Macbeth has been promised the king, she will become the queen, and that is why Macbeth doesn't want her to remain ignorant of the greatness that has also been in a way promised to her. Lay it to thy heart and farewell. So keep this in your heart and goodbye. So this is the letter of Macbeth. And now what will Lady Macbeth say? After having read the letter, what are her thoughts? So he says, he bids her goodbye, and then now Lady Macbeth starts thinking. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. So you are Glamis, or you are also Cawdor. So the greatness that has been promised to you, you will be that also. What does she mean by that? That you will also be the king, because that has been promised to you. Now she'll take steps to see that he becomes the king. Lady Macbeth seems to be more ambitious than Macbeth. Yet I do fear thy nature is too full of the milk of human kindness. So at this moment, Macbeth's heart is full of the milk of human kindness. So she says that yes, he is gentle in nature. His nature is gentle. So that is why she is afraid. Why is she afraid? Because she feels that he is gentle enough to resort to murder in order to become the king. She feels if it has to be done, let us do it. But he doesn't think in this way. He is too full of human gentleness to plan the deed. Yet I do fear thy nature, it is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. The nearest way is to murder Duncan. But since he is too full of the milk of human kindness, he wouldn't want to do it. He would refrain from doing it, and this is what Lady Macbeth is afraid of. So somehow she has to instigate him into the murder. Thou wouldest be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. So yes, he is ambitious, he wants to become great, but he doesn't want the vile or ugliness or the wickedness that is needed to accomplish this. In order to achieve that greatness, in order to reach the heights of his ambition, what are the things that are needed to do? He is not ready to do it. That means he is not ready to resort to the wicked ways in order to fulfill his ambition. What thou wouldest highly, thou wouldest that wouldest thou holily. Wouldest not play false, and yet wouldest wrongly win. Thou wouldest have great Glamis, that which cries. Thus thou must do, if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishes should be undone. So Lady Macbeth is thinking, and she has a very good impression or very good idea of Macbeth's character. So she says that you don't want to betray someone, and yet you want to get which is not yours. You are eager to get which is not yours, but you don't want to be a betrayer, you don't want to be a traitor. That means you don't want to be a traitor, and yet you want to get the crown which is legally not yours. The crown is Duncan's, and after that it belongs to his heirs, the crown prince. It is not yours. So you would want to get it, but you don't want to be a traitor to the king. Yes, you are the Thane of Glamis, and in order to become the king, you have to do a heinous job, but you are afraid of it. But if someone else is to do the job, then you don't wish that it is not done. That means you want to become the king, but you don't want yourself to murder the king. If someone else does, no problem. Then you don't wish that it is not undone. That means you are ready to accept the consequences, but you don't want to bear the consequences yourself. Someone else does it, and you are ready to reap the harvest. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fact and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. And now she wants that he should come here fast. Hie thee hither, so come here fast, come here soon, so that I can encourage you. She wants to give him vocal tonic, so that I can fill you with encouragement, with my advices, and all the fears and the obstacles that are in your way to get to the crown, I might try to drive them away from you. That fear which stops you from resorting to the easiest way to get to the crown, let me drive away those fears from you, because fortune and supernatural help has already placed it on your head. What? The crown has already been placed. That means you have also started thinking about becoming the king, but you are not ready to kill Duncan for the sake of it. But that is the only way that it can be done, and that is why she wants him to come soon, so that she can fill him with the words of encouragement. So give him advice which will fill him with encouragement, to encourage him to do the act. Enter a messenger. Now a messenger comes. What is your tidings? What news do you bring? The king comes here tonight. So he gives the message that the king comes here. And who has sent this message? It's Macbeth. Before he got on his horse to journey towards Inverness, after taking leave of the king, he has already sent a messenger to give Lady Macbeth the news that the king is coming here tonight. Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him? Who, were it so, would have informed for preparation? So Lady Macbeth doesn't believe. She says, you are mad. How can it be so? Isn't your master, that means isn't Macbeth, with the king? And if the king were to come, wouldn't he have given me information so that I could make the necessary preparation to welcome the king? So please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message. So now again the messenger says, yes, forgive me, but what I say is true, and our master is also coming. One of my fellow messengers came faster than him. Yes, Macbeth told him to precede and give the news before he reaches to Lady Macbeth. And This messenger was so tired, so exhausted, because he came riding so fast that he could say nothing more than give the message that the king is coming. This message has been sent none other than Macbeth only. Macbeth has sent the messenger, and this messenger rode so fast that he was so exhausted or tired that he couldn't say anything more than tell that the king is coming. Now see the active mind of Lady Macbeth. Give him tending, so take care of him. So the messenger leaves. The raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlement. Raven is a bird of bad omen or evil omen. The croaking of the raven seems evil. Raven is a big species of the crow only. Like among humans we have giants, we have lilliputs also. So in the same way, raven belongs to the crow type only, but they are much bigger. Big crows. And they are supposed to be evil omen. They are supposed to be symbolic of ill omen. So she says, the raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. And then once the messenger leaves, she says the raven has a very rough voice, and his croaking announces the entrance of Duncan to my castle. Fatal entrance. Fatal means which results in death. That means once Duncan enters my castle, he won't be able to leave. Come, you spirits. So she is invoking the spirits. She is calling upon the spirits that tend on mortal thoughts. Unsex me here and fill me from crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. So now she is calling upon the spirits. Oh spirits, by spirits she means the evil spirits. Evil spirits, come. You always provide us with wicked thoughts, wicked intentions. So get rid of my weaknesses. Females are supposed to be comparatively weaker than men. So please help me to get rid of my feminine weakness and fill me with utmost cruelty. Fill me with utmost cruelty. Make my blood so thick that the pity which I have, it cannot pass to my heart. Why? Because the blood is thick. The pity within her will not be able to pass through her heart, and no mercy can stand between her, or merciful thoughts could stand between her cruel intentions and the accomplishment of it. Her cruel intention is to murder Duncan, and the accomplishment is finally murdering Duncan. So let no mercy, let no pity come and stop me from my wicked intentions. Fill my heart, fill my blood with such cruelty. So drive away the feminist. She is calling upon the evil spirits. So what are the things she wants the evil spirits to do? She wants that they should help her to get rid of her feminine weakness, that they should make her blood so thick that pity cannot pass to her heart, and then mercy will not be able to stop me. See that mercy is unable to stop me from my wicked intentions and the accomplishment of it. Come to my woman's breast and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischiefs. So she is calling these evil spirits and telling that wherever you are, in your invisible presence only, you are always attending the bad things that happen to this earth, like the disasters, the evils. Wherever they are, you are there. You may not be visible, but you are there. So come and fill the milk in my breast with gall. Gall is bitter. So it is like, fill in my heart with bitterness, fill my heart not with milk, fill my breast not with milk, replace the milk in my breast with bitterness, gall. Come thick night and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Just see this speech of Lady Macbeth. That means she is basically not wicked. That is why, if you are wicked, why should you want yourself to be filled with weakness, to be filled with wickedness? That means she is not wicked, but for the sake of her husband, so that he achieves so that his ambitions find their fulfillment, she is ready to do all these. She wants her breast to be filled with gall, and she is calling upon the night and telling that, fill yourself with the smoke of hell and make the surroundings so dark that my knife will not be able to see the wound that it makes. My knife making the wound on Duncan's body, but she doesn't want her knife also to see the wicked deed, so that heaven also would not be able to peep through the darkness and try to give me a warning against the crime. Please don't do it, hold, stop. So the heavens would not make the night so dark that the heavens or the gods would not be able to peep from there and tell me to refrain from this villainous act. That means she knows these things are wicked, and since she doesn't have the wickedness in her, she wants to be filled in with wickedness. She wants the evil spirits to fill in her with all these wicked things. Enter Macbeth. Now Macbeth comes. Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the hail hereafter. So how does she greet Macbeth? By the title which he had inherited from his father, Great Glamis, the title which he has just inherited now, the Thane of Cawdor, and the second prophecy of the witches, which he is going to become. Past, he had inherited this in the past, he has inherited this in the present, and which he is going to inherit in future, the greatness. All hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond the ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant. So she tells him that the letters which you have sent to me, they have carried me from the present time to the future. So at this moment it seems as if I am living in the future. Living in the future means as the wife of the king. The future of Macbeth is that he is to become the king hereafter. So I have been transported to the future. I am not in this present, because the present knows nothing about the future. My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight. So Macbeth also affirms what the messenger had said. He tells Lady Macbeth that Duncan comes here that night. And when goes hence? So when is he supposed to leave? Tomorrow, as he purposes. Yes, his purpose or his plan is to leave tomorrow. That means he is paying a visit to Macbeth's castle for a night to honor him for all the bravery that he had shown in the war. This is a great honor, that the king should come and stay for a night at your castle. Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. So, oh, that tomorrow when he plans to leave will never come. Why? Because Duncan will be killed before that. So, he wouldn't be able to see the night. So, Lady Macbeth says that he will never see the sun of tomorrow. Why? Because she plans to murder him this night only. So, he wouldn't be able to see the sun of tomorrow when he plans to leave the castle. That means that will never take place. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. So then she tells that yes, your face is like an open book and people can read whatever is going on in your mind. So what does she suggest? To beguile the time, look like the time. That means, in order to fool people, in order to deceive people, appear as they expect to see you, as the devoted, loyal servant of the king. Present yourself in that manner to fool the people. Don't let the people suspect whatever thoughts are going on in your mind. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Yes, so welcome the king with your eyes, your hand, and your tongue. That means speak the welcoming notes to the king with your gestures. Welcome the king. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent inside it. This is what we say, outward appearance can be deceptive. You have found this even in Merchant of Venice, the caskets. Outwardly gold and inward the skull, and outwardly lead and inside the portrait of Portia. So this is a major theme of Shakespeare. Outward appearance can be deceptive. And what is Lady Macbeth telling Macbeth? That look like the innocent flower. So an innocent flower, so pleasant, so pleasing to the eyes. But you go near it and the serpent from inside will come and sting you. And before that, no one could guess that the innocent flower could be so harmful. So this is outward, deceptive outward appearance. Look as if you are most loyal to the king, but be the murderer. Within you, let the murderer be there. So look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for. Duncan is coming here, and he should be taken care of. We should take care of him. And you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch. Since your face is like an open book, let me handle the situation. He is coming, Duncan the king is coming, he has to be taken care of, and let the taking care business be in my hands. Which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom. And if the business is in my hands of taking care of Duncan, then this will ensure us great power and authority in future. In the days to follow, we will be ensured royal power and authority. We will be the king and queen in future. If you hand over or if you entrust the business of taking care of Duncan, if you leave it to me, I shall see to it that our future is followed by, our future is attended by royal power and authority. We will speak further. So Macbeth doesn't want to discuss these things now. So he says we'll talk about it later. And she says, only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me. So Lady Macbeth, another piece of vital advice. She says, look as if you are not thinking anything wicked. Just look very plain and simple, very innocent. Because if you show a disturbed face, then people might suspect you that there is something going on in Macbeth's mind. So look very clear. Let no one be able to read your thoughts. And after that, leave everything to me. I will handle everything. So this is where Act 1, Scene 5 comes to an end. And after this, yes, many important events will follow.